Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, make sure you turn off the water supply to the washer. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the lead lock kit in a GE washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a 4-inch nut driver, a putty knife, a flat blade screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a Torx 6 screwdriver, and a small flat blade screwdriver. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new lead lock kit, which includes the lead lock assembly with harness and the 2 sets of the striker and the bezels. In our case, we're going to take this one because we have a glass lead, and also, very important, the instructions. This lead lock kit mounts on the lead and on the top panel. The opposite end of the harness is connected to the control board. The lead lock locks the lead during the operation. It's done for safety to prevent accidents. If the washer won't start, check the parts of the lead lock kit and replace it if needed. As you can see, we're here at the back of the washer, and to get to the part, we need to remove this rear access panel, and then we can remove this control panel. So there's 1, 2, and 3 and 4 1/4-inch screws. I'm using a nut driver, 1/4-inch nut driver, to take them out. Next, I'm going to pull this straight out. There's 2 clips here at the top. All right, and the next step would be turning over the panel, and then I'm going to use that small flat blade screwdriver. And I'm going to insert it right here in this little opening right there. Push it down and unlock that plug and pull it out. Then I'm going to use the same flat blade screwdriver. Going to pull off this ground wire, and we're going to take this somewhere else where nobody can damage it. All right, next I'm going to lift this protection to get access to this air hose, and I'm going to pull it off the control board. Okay, just grab that air hose and pull it down. Next, I'm going to take these 2 1/4-inch screws. I'm going to use the same 1/4-inch nut driver. Next, I'm going to pull on the control panel to unlock the bottom hinges. And I'm going to turn it over. And now I'm going to use this 1/4-inch nut driver. I'm going to take out this screw that holds the top panel at the back. So we need to get to this screw at the bottom underneath of the capacitor, so I'm going to slide it as far as we need it to get to the screw. And using the same 1/4-inch nut driver, I'm going to take this screw out. Next, I'm going to unplug this 3-wire plug, and I'm going to push down on the locking tab and pull it out. And our next step would be pushing down this plug with this 3-wire harness. Squeeze these 2 tabs and push it in. And now we're going to put down the control panel, and I'm going to mount it and push it forward so it will lock in. Next, we're going to the front of the washer to continue. Next, arm yourself with the putty knife. Lift slightly the lead, and I'm going to hold the top here and insert the putty knife into the seam right in this spot. You will feel it springing. Press it in and lift. And we're going to move to this side and do the same thing. I'm going to close the lid and lift up on the top, pulling it forward slightly and slowly lift it up. We're going to pull out on this part of the harness. Remember, we pushed it in and we disconnect the plug. And now I'm going to use pliers. I'm going to pull this pin out. Alright, so next we need to free the harness from these two fasteners here, and then we need to unplug this plug here on the top. I'm going to grab on this clip here and pull out the harness. And this one on the top, same thing. Next, the plug, I'm going to press down on the locking tab and pull it out. Be careful with the top, it's heavy and it may slide, so if you have someone else to hold it for you, that would be perfect. So lower down. Next, I'm going to open the lid and I'm going to lift the top slowly. We need to spread these two tabs apart and push the bezel out. I would secure it with a couple of fingers here from outside so it wouldn't fly away to your neighbor. We're going to lower down the top. All right, the lid is still open. All right, so our next step is using a flat blade screwdriver, pressing down on this tab here. So we're going to free that the lock. So we're going to move it to the left and pull it down. So this is our lead lock. Next, I'm going to show you how to remove this lead striker. And I'm using a Torx 6 screwdriver. You can use anything you want as long as it's going to fit in this opening right there. So we need to press down on the tab there inside. There's a locking tab. And after we push it in, we turn this counterclockwise. And now we can remove it. This is the old lead lock kit next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. We are going to take this gray one because this is for our model. Alright, so we're going to insert this new lead lock assembly from underneath this way. So we got this two tabs on the sides which will overlap the opening, the cutout, and this is a little locking pin right here. So now I'm putting it in first this side and then slide it all the way to the left, then bring it up and slide it to the right till you hear the click. If you see this locking bar on your lock in this position is extended almost all the way to the end of this opening, the lid would not close. So we need to unlock it. I'm putting my finger underneath of this locking bar and I push it this way towards the back of the washer and then let it go. Next, I'm going to mount the bezel on, and there's those tabs goes into the slots and the pin goes into this hole here. So I'm going to bring in a new striker and we're going to insert it in like that. This tab goes right in here. push it in, and we're going to turn it to lock. And now I'm going to close the lid. All right, now I'm going to lift up the top again. Remember, don't let go of this lid. You need to hold it. And don't follow my steps. Don't let it slide. Take your time. Okay, now we need to place this harness under the clips, but the clips are so tight, so we need to use a putty knife, and we're going to take the clips off. Make sure it's not flying away. And the second one at the bottom, I'm going to place the harness inside. And I'm going to clip it on. I'm going to clip on this harness on the top. And I'm going to put the second clip at the bottom. Next move would be placing that plug into this opening and feed the harness inside the control panel. And now I'm gonna clip this on, place it inside, and push it in. Next I'm going to place that clip into this opening there. We're gonna clip on the harness even more. Like that, and this goes in. Okay, we're gonna lower down the top and lift it up and place it right there, and so we can make sure that the sides are even on the cabinet and the front is even with the cabinet, and we're going to press down to lock the front clips. All right, next we're going to unlock the control panel by pulling it, and I'm going to turn it. And now we're going to plug this harness into the control board. Just like that. We need to make sure that the top is perfectly aligned with the cabinet, so we can put the screw through. Start manually. Make sure that the screw is in the opening correctly, and I'm going to finish it with a nut driver, 1/4-inch nut driver. And I'm going to place this screw in. Again, I'm going to make sure that the top is aligned with the cabinet. Drop the screw in and start it manually. And I'm going to finish it with the nut driver. And now I'm going to slide the capacitor back like that. I'm going to place it down and make sure that we're going to lock it by pushing it forward. And now I'm going to install a couple of 1/4-inch screws to secure the control panel. And I'm going to start it manually. You need to make sure that it's going into the right direction. And now I'm going to use the 1/4-inch nut driver. We're going to drive them in. Next, I'm going to install the air hose back onto the control board. It goes right there. Slide it on all the way. Make sure it's all the way on. Now it's time to install this rear cover panel. I'm going to start with putting the ground wire clip on. Then I'm going to insert this plug. I'm going to turn it over and place these 2 tabs into those slots on the top. And now I'm going to secure it with these 4 1/4-inch screws using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Turn on the water, plug the washer in and run it to check if it works properly and there's no leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.